When we go to create materials in SAP, we will be needing a unique ID to access these materials. This is how we're going to be differentiating one material from another material and accessing information related to that product only. What we also have to do is we have to define number ranges. Now, what number ranges are is that they're sort of like chunk of numbers which we are able to use and attach to our material type, and anything which falls inside that number range is automatically associated with our material type. And I'll be explaining more on this once we get to the material type and the number range section. So let's expand this material types, and here we're going to come down to define number ranges for each material type. Here we're going to go look at the intervals that are already defined, and here you can see what ranges I was talking about. Here it's going to be starting at zeros, starting at 1, going all the way to 99999, so on and so on. Anything which falls inside here is going to be associated with a certain material type. Anything which falls between A through Z, so anything like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and all of your alphabets, is going to be associated with a certain material type. And we can attach this number range to a material type, and if we pick out a product ID from this range, it's automatically going to be associated with that material type. So let's head back here, and here we're going to come down to the intervals. Here you can see that we can edit these intervals. So let's make this AAA, this ZZZ, and let's hit save. Let's come back here, and let's look at these groups that are defined over here. This is how we can change the number ranges which are associated with our material type that we created. So I can see my material type over here. Let's click on this material type and let's click on edit. And here we can see we have our material type that has been pulled up, and we can change the interval range over here. So we can make this, say, B all the way to Z, and if we hit save, it says changes were saved, and we can actually use anything that falls inside this range, and it's going to be automatically associated with our material type that we created in the last lecture. If we want to get rid of this, we can select this and we can hit delete, and you can see that that was deleted. And if we come up here, we can actually hit create again, and here it's going to allow us to select the from number. We're just going to go with what we had before, A, and here we'll put Z. Let's hit create, and we have created our interval range again. So this is how we can define specific ranges and change the range values that are going to be associated with our material type. Let's hit save and let's exit out of this. Let's come back to the intervals that we have, and you can see our intervals are still A through Z. With this, we can end this lecture, and we can move on to the next lecture where we'll see product groups, which are another way of categorizing products, and then we'll move on to creating a material of our own.